Hi, Christiane Yates here with Platinum Real Estate Professionals in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here to talk to you about condominium versus townhouse. A lot of times people have the misconception of a condominium is something of a property that looks a little bit more similar to an apartment where there's no garage and yard, and then of course a townhouse having one or both garage and yard attached to it. That's not really what we're looking at and where the deciding factor is when we're talking about your financing. Your lender is going to be looking at the legal description, and either or can work. When a lender is looking at your property, they're looking, if it's a condominium, what they're looking for is a number of things that are going to be additional requirements that you would have versus a townhouse or a single family residence. On a condominium, they're going to be looking at things like whether or not there is a higher than 50% investment or second home concentration. Now that exact number may vary per lender, but regardless, there's going to be some requirement on that if you're looking to do like a minimal down payment, an FHA loan or a VA loan. That's why this is important. If there is maybe one particular investor has a high percentage of properties, it might be 10% owned properties by one person or entity. It might be 18%. Again, those numbers are going to vary. The factor is that there is going to be requirement. It's going to be a little higher reviewed by your lender to make sure there's certain requirements. If, let's say, if there was open litigation, litigation doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the property. It could be there was a basketball court in the community of a condominium and somebody had a trip and fall accident because maybe the curbs were a little not marked or too high. Something like that can stop you or make it more difficult for you to get your financing on a condominium project. Those things don't affect you when you're purchasing a single family residence. Same thing with a townhouse, because a townhouse is going to fall in line with a single family residence guidelines. So if you're buying a house just in a regular subdivision, you've got a neighborhood of 200-300 properties in here, your lender doesn't care how many people own investment properties, how many of those are tenant occupied, how many of them are second home. Those guidelines don't fall into place. You're able to go based on your credit qualifications, and then of course just to make sure the property is in decent condition and different requirements. But it's just not that extra level of qualifying. And that's why it's important to know the difference between a condominium and a townhouse when you're looking to purchase. Doesn't mean a condominium is bad. It just means go at this with as much information as you can, and don't assume just because it looks like an apartment that it's a condominium. There are times where it can have that same type of physical appearance and it's going to be a townhouse. There's times that it could have a garage, it can have a yard attached, and it's still zoned as a condominium. Please understand the difference and talk to your real estate agent about it, talk to your lender about it. Again, condominium is not a bad situation, just something that you want to be a little bit more informed when you're looking to purchase property. And goodbye for now.